latest in breaking news. This is News 8 at 11.
Welcome back. There is plenty of excitement this morning for a Carlsbad student and his family. 10-year-old Zachary Humphreys is on his way to Washington, D.C. today to compete in the National Spelling Bee.
Zachary won his school, county, and regional 5th through 8th grade spelling bee last month and now has a chance to take part in the National Spelling Bee. Our Jeff Zevely is live this morning in Carlsbad at the family home. Jeff.
Nichelle, good morning. I'm sitting down because I'm exhausted. I just helped the Humphreys get packed up. We got them going towards the airport. And as you mentioned, Zachary is just a 5th grader. He's 10 years old. And to win the regional competition to go to nationals, he had to beat out 5th graders, 6th graders, 7th graders, and 8th graders. Some of those 8th graders are 14 years old. He's only 10. So I asked him, how do you stay so calm?
I don't know if there is a way to stay calm, but all you gotta do is just picture the word in your head and then say the word, spell it, and say it again. But you gotta know the word, otherwise you're toast.
Hey, get packet. I gotta take out the trash.
So we just spent one hectic hour with the Humphreys. This family of 6, mom, dad, and 4 boys just got packed up and left for LAX to catch a flight to Washington, D.C. Zachary, as I mentioned, is just a 5th grader at Valley Christian School in San Marcos. The 10-year-old won spelling bee competitions at his school, the county, and regional levels, and now he will compete in the Association of Christian Schools National Spelling Bee Championship. But there's only one catch, and it's a big one. His father, Brent, is afraid to fly and hasn't been on a plane since 2002.
I know it's safe. I know that my fears are completely irrational, but when Zach won the spelling bee to go to D.C., I walked up, I gave him a hug, and I said, congratulations, and you've created a wonderful problem for your dad, because my love for my son is greater than my discomfort at flying. So today's the day. We're going.
And that was a neat interview because Dad started to tear up right then. Not only is he afraid to get on that flight, but he's so proud of his son. By the way, persnickety was the winning word for Zach to move on from regionals to the nationals. We'll be back at 5 o'clock with a whole new story. We're going to hear from Mom, from Grandma, and from the 3 brothers, because when it comes to spelling in the Humphreys family, it's a family affair.
Definitely live for us. Way to go, Zach. Beating up
His way to Washington, D.C. tonight for the chance to prove that he is one of the best spellers in the country.
10-year-old Zachary Humphreys beat out dozens of other students, many of whom are older than he is, to win a spot in a national spelling bee. News 8's Jeff Zevely is live in San Marcos with more on this little speller's big journey. Jeff?
Carlo, just look at the marquee here at Valley Christian, and you can tell that the student body is very proud of Zachary Humphreys. As you mentioned, he's only 10 years old, and he beat out some 14-year-olds to make it to the big time.
Oh, this is what I got for winning the regional bee this year.
10-year-old Zach Humphreys is the best young Christian school speller in Southern California.
Want to put the trash bag in for me, bud?
And now that that's in the bag, it's time to get the Humphreys household organized.
My mom thinks it's messy.
So together they straighten up, comb hair, and pack bags. In a few minutes, they need to drive to LAX, then catch a flight to Washington, D.C.
It's a little stressful trying to get 4 boys and a husband and me packed.
For a family of 6, getting everyone corralled and in the car makes Zach's mother
Nervous. Nervous. Nervous.
So you might think this game of ping pong was ill-timed, but turns out I helped Zach with his spelling because he claimed I was acting like an
Obstruction. OBSTRUCTION. Obstruction.
There's no questioning. This whiz kid can spell. Just ask his grandmother.
He studies words out of the dictionary, learns it one time, and then he can say it back.
This 5th grader had to compete against 6th, 7th, and 8th graders to win regionals.
He looks at a word and he remembers it.
After Zach stamped his ticket to nationals, his father, Brent, knew it was his time to face his fears. He's afraid to fly and hasn't been on a plane since 2002.
I walked up, I gave him a hug, and I said, congratulations, and you've created a wonderful problem for your dad, because my love for my son is greater than my discomfort at flying. So today's the day. We're going.
The Association of Christian Schools International Spelling Bee is waiting.
Bye, sweetie.
So this kid caravan is finally rolling to Washington, D.C. or bust. And that means Zach is
Excited. EXCITED. Excited.
And by the way, persnickety was the winning word that got Zach out of the regionals and to the nationals. The family took off from LAX at 4 o'clock this afternoon, and Zach's dad was so nervous. He's been tracking that flight from LAX to Washington, D.C. for the past several weeks, and he knows that right now they're traveling at a top speed of 619 miles an hour. He says it's going to make him very nervous, but he's going to do it for his son.
Well, there is nothing persnickety about that young man. Boy, what an accomplished young fellow. And he seems so calm under it all. His parents actually seem a little more nervous than he is.
Yeah.
Great family. You know, they cashed in all their frequent flyer miles. They're going to stay with a friend out there down in a basement, a finished basement with a bathroom, they want to say. But they're saving money. Traveling with a family of 6 isn't cheap, but they're making it work.
Oh, good for them. We can't wait to hear how he does. Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
Now your micro